So last video I was talking about my ambitions for the southern regions of Kenshi. It was to either take or sack the towns that belong to the United Cities. This would be easier said than done, as United Cities was one of the biggest factions in the game, and they had tons of thick, juicy boys who are willing to die for them. And we only had a handful of people willing to die for us. So there was a major issue. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We can barely feed half of our crew right now, just wandering around the wasteland. We need some sort of base. We need somewhere nice and remote in the southern region of Kenshi. Now, it can't be in the United Cities territories because I've made the mistake of basing on their land in my last playthrough, and this is a rough reenactment of what happened.
I can't believe how much I hate everything.
Hi, Dan. I just moved in next door. I'm a supermodel.
I don't care who the
United Cities
sends, I am not paying taxes.
Needless to say, those folks were slaughtered. And I wasn't too inclined to have that happen a second time. So that leaves, in my opinion, some of the better base spots out of the roster. These areas would have nice flat ground, meaning that you could just build a lot. It wouldn't be a pain in the ass, like things wouldn't slant 90 fucking degrees. The environment was nice. All you'd have to deal with were like outlaw bandits and the tax collector. I mean, that's arguably the biggest fucking issue there, is just a tax collector. But I didn't want to deal with it. I'm not paying those cunts because I'm going to try and kill them. So we had to look somewhere else. So to me, there was only two options. Since I wanted to strike southern and not northern in that part of the territory, we either had to choose the West Hook or somewhere in the Shun. To be completely honest with you, I didn't even know West Hook was an option. I thought it was still in United Cities territory. And even with that map, I still have concerns that the tax collector might come. So I decided to choose the nice remote location up in the Shun. And that was great. I mean, we had money to build base supplies. We had a bit of food for a while. We even had some workers. They'd actually be the first of the, conscript squad. It's conscriptional working. It's involuntary labor. It's not slavery. Because we're not... It's just not slavery. But we ran into a slight issue. Checks don't work. At least mine don't. Plus their stats suck. It's kind of like a class thing. Probably a little racist. But my checks don't work, so we need a labor force. And where are we going to get this labor force? I don't know. But the idea of conscription was already in my head. Now all we needed was somebody to conscript. Well, let's take a look at our recruitment pool. The Shun is essentially where our base is, so that'll be a point of reference. So, coming at us from the north is the Band of Bones rebel group. They're rebelling against the Shek Kingdom. They're good, they come right to us, right? And they're very good warriors. Problem is they're Shek, so we can't really use them, right? That disqualifies them immediately. Okay, so next up, Skin Spiders. Kinda self-explanatory, they're assholes. Alright, let's look further west. Beak Things. Also assholes. That one's a no-go. Samurai, I mean, that's also pretty self-explanatory. If I have to explain it, I don't know. Fuck you, I guess. The Mercenaries Guild. I don't know, I just don't like paying money. That's pretty much it. Ooh, you don't look too bad. Let's go over your stats real quick. Poor, weak, not a Shek, can't really fight back. That's pretty much what sells it here. And, like, I don't want to get a bad rap because, like, this isn't slavery. Like, what we do is not slavery. They have a lot of autonomy. It's just that they're the working class and we're the soldier class that forces them to work. It just sounds completely fucking awful. I can't justify it. Quick tune change while I build the whole base and do like shit for 30 hours that makes me want to die. Go. The base was turning out pretty dope. And in the first 10 to 20 hours, I didn't actually want to kill myself. I had an objective for this video. We'll get to that objective later. But well, let's go over a checklist first, actually, of what this base needs in order to thrive and succeed. Coming in at our number 1 spot, ladies and gentlemen, can I please get a drum roll? fucking find people, like, if you're homeless, if you're poor, if you're weak and not a Shek, and you're not within view of, like, a government official, you're basically gonna get fucking re-educated, kid. And you know what? Just because I'm feeling fucking generous today, I'll give you the first lesson on me. Alright, first lesson is, you don't work, you don't get no food, you fucking die. Lesson over. Lesson number 2. If we don't fucking kill you, the random fucking gorillas and skin spiders that wander into the camp will. So watch your back, bitch. I hope you like being fucking blind and having a vitamin C deficiency, bitch, because all you're eating for the rest of your life is bread and water. Final fucking lesson of the bonus lessons is... Item number 2 on the things we need is a farm. So that we can get that... That pretty much sums up everything we need. Everything else is just purely cosmetic. Ores, fuck it, you know. Giant, fancy, big wall that I built around the entire base. Fucking half build it for whatever goddamn reason, even though we have the supplies. That's chill. This part coming up would kind of be the most boring part of it all, so we'll just gloss over it. But the base is done. We're sort of just like building up manpower and strength. We've got a large labor force from re-educating the outlaws in the region. The Band of Bones are giving us a fresh supply of Shek recruits. So now all we do is, quite literally, we just wait while our guys build better armor, while we get a standard equipment going. But that didn't stop me from just wanting to dick around in the region with my newly formed 2nd Shek platoon. It was nothing, like, big, you know? It's just like, oh, go into the crater, almost fucking completely wipe out the entire platoon with fucking beak things, because that's chill. So it'd be a long time before we brought them back out again. But let's just forget about that for a second. Let's go back to the goal I had for this video. And I kind of lost the goal. It's just a general goal. I don't want to do it for this video. But it's basically to just wipe out a city from the United Cities, right? Simple enough. The one I had in mind was Drifter's Last, and I wanted to kind of wipe that out. But before I could do that, I needed to do something else. Bugs. I fucking hate bugs. They killed a couple of Daves working the iron mines. We were too busy partying at the bar. One day, Antonio Dubois was in Agmag and found a wanted poster for someone known as the Bugmaster. Huh. 100,000 cats, that's a lot of money. Let me check the wiki and see if we can find this fucker. His throne is located in Iraq? I'm right under Iraq. With advanced recon finished, we were able to locate the Bugmaster's throne. Almost immediately, the 1st and 2nd Shek platoons would be sent into Iraq. But the Bugmaster would not be the only threat. His territory was filled with blood spiders and skin spiders. The hostile environment made it so that when we finally reached the lair of the Bugmaster, not every Shek would be in fighting shape. Just the look of the building itself was scarier than most of the terrain around, and if any Shek had their doubts, none spoke them. We attempted to enter the building secretly so that we could get the surprise initiative, but the Bugmaster was waiting for us. With the Bugmaster slain, we immediately sent envoys to Agmag to secure alliances with the Shek Kingdom. With their swords pointed north towards Okran's holy flame, nothing would stand between us and the south. However, with this new friendship came new enemies. The Berserkers of the north sent their challengers of the undefeated against us. In turn, this would be a steady supply of Shek recruits. The Okranites, meanwhile, cursed our names with their sermons and rallied their armies with the promise of our demise. The platoons would return home as heroes who had vanquished one of the greatest enemies in the land. Their tales of valor would inspire our labor force to go to new feats to produce the highest quality weapons, armor, supplies, and food. All the while, our scouts probed to the south, looking for weaknesses in the United City's defenses for when the inevitable battle came to their door. For now, however, we sit in our Fort Exile, training drums beating a new cadence for when we inevitably march on the United Cities.